pay attention for a little bit. I won't do every single one, but I think there's some things that I want to kind of standardize for this unit, or for this course, I should say. So I'll show you kind of what the province wants you to do when it comes to rounding and all those things. Okay? All right. Let me just have my key in front of me here. So write the following as decimals and percent. Watch what it says here. Do not round finite decimals. So finite are decimals that actually end. They don't keep on going forever and ever. Okay? So for example, 3/4. Do you remember how to get this as a decimal? Yeah, right. The division symbol is the one that looks closest to a fraction, correct? So you got to go 3 divided by 4. I know you knew probably that it's 0.75. So 0.75. And then if you want to multiply, if you want to turn that into a percentage, you multiply that by 100, and voila, you now have a percentage. So this is your decimal, this is percentage. Okay? Just like that. Okay. Same here. 5 divided by 6. Watch this part, guys. This is where I'm going to probably be a little different than your previous teachers. But what you do is, this is your calculator, okay? So I'm just going to show you what your calculator is showing you. Based on this, if you round that decimal to 2, it would be 0.83, correct? Yeah. So this is what I would want you to state as your final answer.
If you just put like a little line on top of it.
No, we don't do that. Yeah, we don't do the line. That's exactly what I'm trying to do here. And if you want it as a percentage, folks, we're going to have to multiply what's on your screen by 100. So I'm going to go times 100. And you round it to 2 decimals based on that. Okay? So it would be 83.33. But don't forget the percent symbol, or else you're lying, right? It's percent. Okay? So this is percent, that's decimal. Mr. Dixon, I don't get it. What's so special about what you just did? Some students go 80.83, and then they multiply this by 100, and they say 83%. That is technically not correct. You need to always go back to your screen on your calculator, round it to 2 decimals based on that, then multiply what's on your screen by 100, and then round it to 2 decimals based on your screen again. Am I talking gibberish there? I hope that makes sense. So next, let's do one more. 3 divided by 32. That's a finite decimal, folks. It stops. So I'll write down what's on my screen. Okay. You could actually just leave it like that. But if I round this to 2 decimals, what would it be? 0.09. You multiply that by 100, you get 9 point, what is it? 3 what? 375. Sure, but if it's to 2 decimals, 8. Mr. Dirksen, is it okay if I write 375? Yes. It's okay. You can do more than 2 decimal as long as you round it correctly. The only exception, listen carefully, the province is absolutely, they don't make any exceptions. When it's money, it has to have 2 decimals. Bottom line, like you can't just have 1 decimal or 3, it has to be 2. Okay? I'm just going to do this because I don't know if your teachers review this all the time. But if you have next to the number you're trying to round, if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you round down. If next to a number you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you round up. That is the rule, okay? This is rounding. Yeah. Okay. You need another one? Because I was just gonna say at this point, you're good. So I'm gonna leave that. Do you want me to do one more here? Maybe one of these here? This one? Okay, this one is, you know it's 17.18, okay? So you go 1 divided by 8, that's 0.125. So you just tack that 125 on like that. If you have calculator issues, come and see me. I know how to fix most of them. Sometimes there's some weird setting where it's like writing everything in scientific notation. You just come and see me. What would this be? So this is technically as a decimal. What would this be as a percent? You multiply anything you have, you multiply it by 100 to get it as a percentage. Sorry, what happened there? 17.125 times 100. That would be 1,712.5%. Okay. So this is technically the percentage. This is the decimal. This is not rounded to 2 decimals. I could round it to 2 decimals, but I chose to leave it in 3. Okay? So that's how you do it. Now rounding again, one more time. What does it say? Round to the nearest hundredth, so 2 decimals. Pay close attention to this one. When it says 2 decimals, it literally wants you to cut it right there. It wants you to eliminate everything after that second decimal. So you have to follow the rounding rule, okay? So this would be 17.9. What happens to the 8? It stays. It stays 8 because this is a 4. You just look at this number there. Do it one more time. Cut it right there, 2 decimals. 0.2 what? What happens to the 4? Turns into a 5 because there's a 9 here. I might cut it here again. This would be 19.4 what? 5, because this is a 4. I circle the number that I look at to determine what am I going to do with that 5. And in this case, we call it rounding down. Why is it rounding down, folks? Because you're literally dropping all of this to, you're going down to 5, right? Instead of there's 4, 5, 8 yet there. So you're going down actually. Because what you're doing is you're replacing all of these numbers. All of these numbers are technically zeros. That's what's happening there. So when you look at this number, you've rounded down. That's what's happened there. We don't bother with these zeros. Normally we just say they're gone, right? Those numbers are not there, but that's what it is. How about this one? 2 decimals right here. 201.9. This 8 turns into a 9 because, right, this will bump that up. So it's 201.99. This one I'm interested in seeing what you're going to do here. This one is a chain reaction, okay? Because this 8 will bump the 9 to 10, so you put a 0 there, which bumps this 1 to 2, okay? So this would be 1048.20, like that. Chain reaction again. The 6 bumps this 9 to 10. You just put the 0 down, which bumps this 9 to 10, which bumps this 8 to 9. So you keep going until you get to a number that doesn't turn into 10. Okay, so this would be 259.00 if you will, but just 259 would have been fine as well. So I'll leave the rest in your hands because I'll post the key to this so you can check every single one and see if you're doing all right. Ooh, we're almost out of time. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to leave this up to you for now. And then let's do the, what do you call this again? What do you know it as? Cross, multiply, and divide. We call it proportional reasoning. It's the same thing. But watch, your teachers may have done it differently. This is how I do it. Okay? You're following? Where's the variable? It's on the right side. You start with the number, and then you travel across, multiplying, and then you divide next by whatever is left. It works every single time. However, that's not showing your work. That's just the trick. So what I want you to write down is this. N is equal to 38 times 45. Divided by 76. So go ahead and plug that into your calculators. 38 times 45 divided by 76. It's 22.5. Sure, you can do 22.50 if you want. Nothing wrong with that. Next, this one, where is your variable? Left side, right? So you go up here, you're going to multiply and divide. That's how it goes. You always go across. You always go across diagonally, multiplying, and then divide by what's left over. So here's the actual work. 3.95 times 95.7 divided by 124.5. And try your calculators just to make sure you know how to type this in. I always hit equals when I multiply at the top, and then I go divided by 124.5. That's 3.0 what? What would that round to? 0.3 or 0.4? 0.4 because there's a 6 next to it. Okay. I'm going to say this. Do pages 1 and 2. Yeah.